mga higala o sa mga nananaw karon, welcome back to Solar Week 2022. Now, karon akong pangutana, kinsa gusto makatipid diri? Well, you've come to the right place because today is Thrifty Thursday. Kung saan na to makatipid, please join us now live and you can watch us via our Facebook account and other social media pages that we will be showing to you in just a bit. Welcome to Solar Week 2022. It's Thrifty Thursday, and Solar Week 2022 is brought to us by the Mindanao Go Solar Movement, which rallies all Mindanaoans towards a clean energy transition in the region through solar. Follow us on social media and get information on why solar energy is good for you, your municipalities and cities, and even businesses. Mga higala, also joining us today is another esteemed Mindanaoan. Maayong hapon, Val Vestil. Hi, Val.
Hi, Gray.
Maayong hapon.
Maayong hapon sa tanan ng ato mga higala nga katanaw sa ato karon for Thrifty Thursday.
Yes, speaking of Thrifty Thursday, Val, no, I'm sure daghan gid kaayo gusto makatipid. Labaw na karon nga taas na ang presyo sa tanang butang, no? Bago ra gani na. Wala po'y undang, no? Ang mga price increases sa gasoline, diesel, bugas, harina, tanan. So, tanan gyud mga negosyo apektado gyud ani, Val, no? So, it's great to know nga karon we're focusing on how to get more savings sa atong energy. And Val, we actually saw you on our first day here on Solar Week 2022. So, please tell us about your experience so far with what you learned with solar energy.
Grabe to ka bibo nga shoot actually for solar energy. You know, I come from an environmental journalism background, Gray, no? Pero, so I know a little bit about solar, but after that shoot we had for solar energy, mas daghan ko og nakatunan kabahin sa benefits, no? Mga benepisyo sa solar. But most of all, ang ako nakatunan is unsaon pagtabang ug pagtipid tungod sa solar. Ako gabayad man kog kuryente sa balay.
So,
Ikaw
sakit
pod.
sahay.
Sahay. So I also with my household responsibilities, no, porag nangita pud kog pamaagi nga mas makatipid sa pagbayad sa kuryente nga marag every month nga naay bill.
True.
And-
Ang kanang pagtipid, Val, no, kay imuhang ma-save ana lugar, it could go to another allocation, like maybe for internet or extra savings for an
Definitely.
emergency or what. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes, and because of that, this afternoon, today actually for Thrifty Thursday, we will talk about net metering as a means to actually earn from your solar installation and therefore makatipid gyud ka sa imong kuryente bill. Trust me, Gray, no, at first I thought, how ano makatipid man ka sa solar energy ug maka-earn pa gyud kag money from it. But this afternoon, we will learn exactly how we can do that. Later, we will also talk about solar financing and ways nga makatipid sa imong pagpalit sa imong kaugalingon nga solar power plant.
Wow. It's great nga naaday support nga inana. Solar financing is something very, very interesting. And I believe that we have a very special guest today. But before that, have you guys heard about net metering? Well, since Monday, atuan na siyang gidiscuss ang net metering, Val, no? And like you said, kaganiha, maka-save ka, maka-earn pagyud ka. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this about net metering.
Kabalo ba ka sa konsepto sa net metering sa solar energy? Kadungog na baka na?
Oo, nakabalo ko. Kung nakay solar system sa imong balay, then nakay excess sa imong production sa solar, mobalik to sa kaning power utility, minus din to sa imong cost sa imong nakuha sa ilang nga kuryente or kung mo excess, so posible mo ginansya ka pa sila pa yung magbayad.
Ang net metering usa ka mekanismo nga nagtugot sa pagbaligya ug pag-export sa sobra nga kuryente nga na-produce gikan sa imong mga solar panel. In short, ang end users ang mahimong prosumers o mga producer ug consumer sa kuryente. Ang gawas ani kay ang end users kay makakuha og savings sa ilang bayranan sa kuryente ug maprotektahan ang ilang ugalingon batok sa pagtaas sa presyo sa kuryente.
There you have it, Gray. You know, we actually shot that video a few weeks back with the Mindanao Go Solar team. It was a very educational experience. No, dagan kay kog nakatunan. For me, I met a lot of people and learned a lot about the solar situation here in Mindanao, which is not a lot of good news and what people on the street know about the certain topic.
Oh, daghan kay misconceptions about solar technology, solar energy, and kanang net metering gyud since Monday daghan na kaayo ga pangutana kung unsa gyud ng net metering. So to learn more, a bit more on the topic, Green Energy Solar has been very generous with us in another video produced on net metering. So ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this.
How to save more on your solar, coming up. Good day, everybody. I'm Cherry, Marketing Executive of Greenergy Solar. Today, we will be witnessing 3 net metering installations here in the city. Before we head out to these installations, let us first define what net metering is. Net metering is basically mandating utility companies to buy exported energy that is generated by solar power. To give you a better perspective, let's say you have a solar installation in your house, and there are times when you don't get to use all of that solar harvest. So that unused or excess energy is exported back to the grid, which will then be bought by your utility company at blended generation costs. Another great example is our office and showroom at the Oro Chamber Business and Development Center in Macapagal Drive here in Cagayan de Oro. We have an on-grid installation that is already net metered. So during the weekends when there are no office hours, the unused energy is exported back to the grid, which will be credited by our monthly bill. So in summary, solar will not only reduce your electricity bill, but will also give you more savings through net metering. We are now here at the site where representatives from our local distribution utility are waiting. They will be replacing the existing meter to a bi-directional meter that will read the exported energy from the sun. This means that these residential owners will now be able to maximize the benefits of solar energy by being power producers. There you have it, guys, for this week's episode. Let us know in the comments down below if you have any more questions. Also, don't forget to like our Facebook page, Greenergy Solar PH. You may also reach us at these communication channels, or you may visit our office and showroom at this address.
Daghang salamat, Greenergy Solar, for that very informative video. Well, as informative as these videos are, I think, Val, you would agree with me nga mas maayog yun nga mostorya ta sa mga eksperto.
Of course, kay sila ang pinakabalo kabahin sa atong mga topic o mga subject matter nga storyahan karong hapon. Aron matubag ang atong mga pangutana kabahin sa net metering ug uban pa, allow me to introduce our guest for today. Our first guests di ay no, kay daghan sila ang mga experts atong gitawag for this afternoon. Our first guest is with us live today at the studio. He is from a power utility company. He is currently the head of the Service Applications Section, Customer Service Department of Cagayan de Oro Electric Power and Light Company Incorporated, or CEPALCO. He has been with CEPALCO for over 20 years. Let us welcome Engineer Sesma Ramil Bacaro. Engineer, may hapon.
Hello.
Mayong
May
hapon,
hapon.
Engineer.
May hapon kaninyo.
Thank you so much for
Ayan,
being
no
here,
pal.
Engineer.
Yes.
And we are so excited para mabalaan ang imong mga thoughts o expertise, pakita sa imong expertise kabahin sa net metering karong hapon.
Okay.
Our next guest is joining us virtually from Davao City, the owner and founder of Straight Arrow Solar in Davao City. Allow me to welcome Mr. Dexon So on the stream. Welcome, sir. Dexon.
Hello, mayong hapon.
Maayong hapon, Sir Dexon. And we before we proceed to the expertise of Mr. Dexon, so I believe that Sir Ramil here has a brief presentation for all of us today. We'll see you again late in a bit, Sir Dexon. Yes, Sir Ramil, could you walk us through your presentation today?
Okay.
This is about net metering, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yes.
Ah. So may hapon sa tanan no. Ako lang i-present sa inyo kining among experiences ah sa about sa net metering program sa Sipalco. Nag-start siya way back 2015 ang among first nga ano, gitawag na to nga first customer. So
Yes.
next kindly gan. So this is the outline of my presentation. We will talk about foremost the Republic Act 9136 and then 513 highlights. Just a highlights lang para kuha nato no, masabtan nato ngano nagpadagan ta ani nga mga programa. So the framework of net metering rules, the third will be the application process na dayon para maibala nato unsaon pag-apply sa katong individual nga gusto mag-appeal sa programa. Sulod pod ani nga presentation pod na pod tay gitawag nga observe issues no
Mm-hmm.
ug mga challenges nga among na-meet pagsugod nato ning programa. Next. Now as declared sa Republic Act na 9136, the IPERA law, muning gitawag Electric Power Industry Reform Act way back 2001. Naisgutan lugar dinhi sa item na H dinhi to promote the utilization of indigenous and new and renewable resources. So specific gid niya no na mention dinhi for the promotion sa renewable energy. Next. And then gisuportaan po ni sa gitawag na tong Republic Act 9513 way back 2008 para ma-accelerate na to ang development sa renewable energy. So makita na to diya ang yang statement na para maka-provide og fiscal og non-fiscal incentives sa mga sektor nga gusto nga mag-appeal sa aning nga programa. Next. Diin ang maong proyekto nga nag-mention about sa kinin gitawag na tog traditional nga fossil fuels, petroleum, oil, kaning nga natural gas ug coal, atong target ani nga magamay gayan ang atong kuan ani kay dili man gud kini sila limpyo nga klase nga source of energy no. So that's why nga ang Renewable Energy Act nag-mention gid siya specifically the direction is to shift to renewable energy known as the clean or green energy next. And it is also the policy of the state na nag-declare to achieve the security energy in the coming years para ang reliance nato sa gitawag nga mga fossil fuels mahinayan na gid siya og minimizing food sa exposure sa mga market nga price fluctuation. Next. Now the definition sa section 4 sa chapter 1 ng renewable energy, makita nato refers to the energy resources that do not have upper limit on the total quantity. And such energy sources of energy renewables on a regular basis whose renewal rate is relatively rapid to consider the availability over a period of time. So na-specify po din ning maong section ang following mga renewables such as biomass, solar, wind, geothermal, o other form of energy like also kanang hydro. Next. So the framework of net metering rules covers the following no purpose of applicability, sayang qualification and eligibility sa gitawag natong applicants, natay gitawag interconnection standard o arrangement nato. Next. Now, net metering as earlier said sa atong mga kauban dinhi nga is a system appropriate for distributed generation, no, which the distribution grid user has a two-way connections to the grid and is only charged for his net electricity consumption and is credited for the overall contribution to the electricity grid. Next, that's why the net metering in layman's langit nga pagpanabot, it is also a contract that binds self-generating customer, no, and energy distributor. In this contract, the customer is both the consumer o producer po siya sa electricity. Now, the customer consumes electricity in the real time. Gitawag niyang no storage before, nanay no storage, pero as the trend of technology grows, napunta yung mga storage type na karon, which is the battery. And surplus electricity is injected into the grid. Muna nga yung i-share dito sa grid para ma-compensate po, mabayaran po siya. Next. Now, in support sa aning nga program, in way back 2008, muna diyan na create ang Republic Act 9513, Renewable Energy Act. Then, bagka 2013, as early as May 2013, nagpromulgate sila o kining gitawag nga resolution sa ERC. ERC is under the Department of Energy, Energy Regulatory Commission. Pagawa sila o rules nga nag-encourage ani nga program, net metering rules. And then by 2018 na dayon, napo dayon gitawag na to nga para magayran gid lugar, ma-expedite gid lugar ang programa, gipagawas lugar atong Pangulo Duterte o kanang ease of doing business na Republic Act pod para in support para dili lugar ingon nga malangan ang atong application sa anang gitawag nga net metering program. Gisuportaan po din sa pagka 2019 ang gitawag na to og one-stop shop nga klase nga mag-apply kay sa una puma-apply ka, magsuroy-suroy ka, no, sa gobyerno nga entity, sa City Hall particularly. So karon gihimo na nilang usa gid ka location para ang application niya sa mga permitting makuha diya dayon. And in 2019 also gitawag pud ni nato amendments to the rules. So naloga nakita adtong gikan tong 2013 ang mga kasinatian sa programa nga i-correct. So nagpagawas po sila ng amendments of the rules nga para ma-simplify lugar ang process. And then by 2020 na dayon, mo naning mga circular na din ipagawas nila to promote the ongoing po para ang programa mapadayon. Next. These are the qualifications, no, parameters niya o coverage, eligibility, end users, kitawag end users kani mga players lugar kanang gusto mag-appeal, want to install or have existing RA system installed in their premises are eligible to participate without any lugar ni pili sa klase sa customer sa utility. Then ang technology is the wind, solar, biomass, biogas as mentioned earlier. Then ang financial na dayon nga bahin must be of good credit standing with the utility. Permi siya okay og bayad, wala siya mga delinquent. Then technically considered pod ang atong mga compliance sa gitawag nga grid code sa Philippines, sa mga electrical code o mga local nga mga distribution code nga gi-require pod ang gobyerno. Next. And then these are the list of benefits, no, sa ako ma-share lugar sa katawhan. Gusto mag-appeal ani for the prosumers, the consumer, the customer itself nga nag-connect aning program, maka-generate nig savings in electricity bills. Kaduha, productives use of yang gitawag nato nga ng mga atop. Ang atop na simple atop lang gid siya. Pero karon ma-maximize na niya kay pwede day mabutangan og gitawag mga ah, solar panels. Also to protect customer from the rising electricity prices. And then increase also sa awareness to support the green initiative sa gobyerno. For the distribution utilities or electric cooperatives, ang mga benepisyo nga madawat po dani nila is the reduced distribution cost sa generation kay ang source sa electricity is closer man sa gamit nila. So ang distribution cost maggamay gidana. So minimize also the line losses nga gi-extend sa wires nga atong gi-source out gikan na ng mga power plant nga taglagyo sama sa gitawag nato mga Cristina nga mga power plants sa Iligan. So ang yang losses ana sa linya sa kuryente ma-minimize kaya na naman ang source sa imong balay, no? Realize the net benefits of to the electricity to reduce capital investment cost, mga avoided energy cost sa DU o ang anang mga environmental compliance niya kay si DNR kung na kay mga ipang-put up nga mga system diha nga poste mga ingon ana mangayo man kita og mga nga environmental cost lugar ana. Also, mag-earn ka og credits ani sa gitawag nga RPS, no? Kaning Renewable Portfolio Standard wherein ang gobyerno nag-require kini sa gitawag mga DUs to source out their energy nga sales lugar out nga gikan gidapat sa renewables. So kanang RPS magbalaod gyapon na nga nag kuan gid sa utility para mo source out siya og mga at least by 2030 kakuha ta og mga 35% ana nga porsyento gikan gid sa renewables. Mo na siya ang gitawag nga RPS compliance. So karon mag-start ta tong 2013 gi-require ang gobyerno sa ato na utility by 1%. Incremental lugar na siya until nga mo-achieve na to ang 35% in the 2030 period. Next. So sa environment pod klaro pod nato ang iyang benepisyo ani to reduce the carbon emission. Of course para ma-clean up lugar pod ang atong kuan environment kay wala man ni siya aso lugar nga type nga programa kay more on solar man ni siya help mitigate the climate change. So also for our economy contribute the lessening of the country's dependence on costly imported fossil fuels. Kay kani atong existing nga mga kuan ron gitawag nga source sa energy such as kanang oil type ga palitaan ang sa gawas. So ang nakabenepisyo sila sa gawas lugar ang price niya mga oils. Minimize exposure also sa price volatility of imported fossil fuels kay dagandagan man ni sila. So dili na lugar ta ana kay magamit to solar kaya ra niya. Then help achieve energy security kay makadugang man ni sa atong source of energy. Also sa katong mga players nga kuan ani gadula ani, so they are creating local green jobs, no? Next. So the interconnection setup is very simple na natay gitawag nga linya diya nga gikan sa DU sa sinugdanan pa ni nga programa provide ni siya og duha ka meter, no, gitawag og import og ang isa export nga meter. Originally mo na siya ang setup, no. Ang import mo ni siya ang metro lugar nga morid diin nga makuha na to ang measurement sa pagkuha niya sa kuryente sa gawas kining aning distribution utility. And then ang export pod nga meter nga gikuan sa ang iyang layout din mo ni ang gitawag nga metro nga gi-measure niya ang source nga gikan sa iyang solar panels. Dayon mudagan kini padulong sa iyang balay kung unsa manggali kung na siya sobra nga kuan sa iyang export mo na iyang gamiton sa unya sa iyang balay niya, ang iyang balay nga gamit dili nakapabolan wala na kay siya gamita, so na siya subra nga electricity, iyan ang ilabay didto sa gitawag nga linya para sa gawa sa distribution utility. Wherein gi-measure na siya ang net out lugar ana mo na lang na iyang pagabayaran. So may minusan lugar to. Maminus gid lugar ang iyang bayaron sa kuryente kay naman siya laing nga source. So before kuan mi aning gitawag nga duha ka meter no, pero by as the years nga na-develop na po ng gitawag bidirectional, ang katong originally nga setup nga duwa gyud nga meter giilisan nato nig isa karon. Duwa gyud siya gyapon kay naamay ang presence sa renewable energy certificate meter, kanang ikaduha nga meter karon nga gi-impose sa amended net metering rules. So napabiling niya po siyang duwa, pero kung wala din na siya i-modify ng kuan, tulo din ta dapat na kani nga rules. So with the introduction of bidirectional, so katong import ug export giusa nato. Although ang iyang price lugar mahal siya, pero mas convenient man sa among part sa utility sa pagbasa o sa pag-bill niya sa anong customer no. Next. So mo ni gini ang schematic diagram set up lugar nga atong kuan nga nakita na pod ganina sa presinto sa Greenergy. Ang kuryente gikan sa solar panel mudagan didto sa padulong sa iyang inverter nga unit mo ning mag-convert sa kuryente gikan sa gikan sa DC nahimo siyang AC. So solo din siya ng gitawag nga renewable energy certificate meter. Haya din siya mudagan didto sa gamit sa balay. Kung na siya exist, mo nang gabasahon sa bidirectional meter. Next. Now, these are the commercial arrangement. No, end user must apply with a DU. Pwede siya mag-apply. Metering program, DU, to enter into bilateral agreement din sa user called net metering agreement. And then, DU, we conduct the tawag ng DIS. And then, end user, may apply also for higher capacity depending on the type of pilayang i-apply, no? Next. So the competition na-mention man pod ni sa inyong mga previous nga mga discussion before. So simple lang, plus minus lang pila yang nakonsumo o sa gikan sa gitawag to si Palco utility kung 60 kilowatt hour niya napod siya nahatag nga 40 kilowatt hour sa iyang export, pero ang bayar lang ani sa si Palco or sa distribution utility is ang generation cost lang, no? So nata karon sa mga 6.5 siguro kapin 6 to 7 ang generation cost instead of the gitawag na tog blended cost nga which is na play around mga 12 man siguro yata kami karon. Next. So rolled over credit, so kung naa siya sobra nga wa niya magamit ato nang ipagamit sa iya next month until nga fully consume to niya yung mga sobra nga kuryente. In such a time nga pag-abot na din sa 1 year per sa rules, pwede siya ma-convert into ma-monetize siya after 1 year kung nasa sobra. Next is this is the process, no? Dalion lang nato ni. Next. So ang application process, submit lang ang mga requirements, units technical specification, mga detailed plans niya, makita po dahil nato ang kuanda ni no submission sa required documents like letter of intent, BIR form nga TIN, plant parameters, approved electrical plan o electrical permit nga gikan sa city building office. Dayon certificate of compliance fee nga amounting to 1,500 in the forms of manager's check, padulong kini sa sa ERC. Then nganong naisidula dia o kaning gitawag o photocopy valid ID kay maghimo man ta og net metering agreement para panotaryuhan man guni sa abogado. Then ang amended net metering agreement nga actually ang mo-prepare ang utility man para puni compliance sa atong submission sa Certificate of Compliance sa ARC. Next. So, di na, initial site inspection, testing ta sunod. So, muna yung mga guidelines. Next. Next po. So, technical evaluation na dayon sa ang atong engineer mo conduct sa gitawag nga impact study. Then, das kung necessary. Next, sa project approval kung okay na, kung sa ilang plano sa impact study, so mag-advise ta sa customer magbutang og layout sa rec. Next. And then also next, energize na din siya. So sa testing, mo kini mga parameters nga kuaw no, production test, islanding test, og sis to energize facility test, functionality test sa site. So that's the basic. And then next, mo na mong statistical data sa application way back 2015, 1 lang ang nag-apply. By 2016, i-grow siya 5. That's 2017, I don't know, anong na 1 na lang ni. Basin tungod sa kamahal na 2018, progressive na din siya. Saka until sa 2021 last year, niabot kitsa 65. But kanang 2022, as of March pa lang na. Pero mo grow pag na eventually. Next. So, observe issues na metering issues in the early years. Distribution grid also issues due to PB installation. So, post-collection of fees sa conducting DIS before na naman day ko na siya fee pero giwala ni siya eventually sa amendment sa rules. Kay ang utilities, mo man i-part mo na sa iyang system nga mag-conduct it si DIS. So, reduction in power cells, of course, pero anyway, na naman ta sa competitive world karon, i-compete na nilang kuan ang kurente, then mga billing issues na, pero na-correct na nato na eventually, and also the weak meters effectivity sa kuan, katong mga daan, naglisod may pag-recall at pag-install na sa tawag nga renewable energy certificate meter. And that's all.
Daghan kayong salamat, Engineer Ramil, no? Daghan kay kog nakatunan kabahin sa net metering and especially sa mga benefits sa paggamit og net metering, not only for the prosumer, not only for the distribution utilities, but also, Gray, no, Engineer, for the environment and economy nga giingon ni Sir.
That's right. And joining us today, kidakan magyud gusto mangutana kabahin aning net metering o kato na discuss na ni Sir Ramil about sa distribution utilities and other benefits, no? Joining us virtually from Davao City, the owner and founder of Straight Arrow Solar in Davao City. Allow me to welcome once more Mr. Dexon So. Maayong hapon, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Maayong hapon.
Mayong hapon, Sir
Good
Dexon.
afternoon.
So, maayong hapon. Salamat sa pag-appeal sa amo diri karong hapuna. Engineer Ramil, no? Not all distribution utilities have been very open and supportive about the net metering law. Pero, swerte kaayo ta mga kagay-anon because si Palco is one of those nga very supportive sa net metering law. Nag-share ka, Engineer Ramil, no, sa 5-step process to apply for net metering. Very clear and comprehensive. Pero kung ako, engineer, no, isa ko ka household nga ganahan mo apply for net metering, unsa ka kadugay ang proseso from day one until ma-approve na gyud ang atong net metering scheme
Okay.
finally?
The rules guided us no nga ikan sa pag-accept nato sa papers, gahatag na siya og mga 10 days sa evaluation. And then kung correct na ang mga papers nga inyong na-submit, natay gitawag nga distribution impact study which nga gitawag sa balaod, gitugot sa balaod sa distribution code nga ang utility mo conduct pa og mga 60-day period.
Okay.
So mo gid pinakadugay gid nga kuan sa programa no kanang distribution impact study, pero usually kung nakita na mo ang site sa kuan nga wala gid siya impact gid sa among system, sa among electric system sa atong diya sa gawas lugar na mga linya, Usually di naman mo abot ng 60 days gyud.
Okay.
So, igno na to kung na 60 days ta niya sa permitting pa ka sa city building office, butang ta to mga 1 month pud siguro ng ila. Approximately mga 90 days 90 days ma-realize na ato nga.
More or less 3 months lang.
Yes, more
Pwede
or
na
less.
rin ka mo
Pwede,
net
pwede
metering.
pa rin siya ma-shorten.
Yeah,
Right,
pwede
sir?
ma-shorten.
Oo.
The faster the OBO will issue the
Yes.
so-called permit,
Dakan pa
and
mangod
our
agian.
DIS also will
Correct.
dali ra pod ma-realize pod. Usually na may realization ng mga one month lang na nakakuha na may
Yes.
study.
That's
So as
good.
short as mga 1.5 month, pwede na sila maano.
But maximum of about 3
3
months.
months, yeah.
Okay. Well, now from a solar company's perspective, Sir Dexon, so I have a question. Technically, a distribution utility saves too by buying excess electricity from solar home installations because it's getting power at a price lower than the power plant. Now, do you think nga ang distribution utility should see this as a business model going forward?
Well, that would actually depend on them on how they want to look at the solar as a business model for them. But technically, for us, it's an advantage for the household because it's a way for them to be able to save on their electricity bill, especially on people who are now working outside of their homes, so that not to work from home, not to na style, so they can definitely utilize the system. Now, if having the net metering, kasi walay nagagamit og kuryente sa ilang balay. So, it will also be an advantage to average household nato karon.
Salamat, Sir Dex. No? And speaking of business model, daghan nga mga distribution utilities diri sa Pilipinas kay makit-an nga competition ang solar. No? What makes Sepalco a cut above the rest in terms of, accepting solar energy into the business model?
Well, Val, kuan sad ni no, gitawag na naman tay obligation gud sa renewable portfolio standard nga in the coming years nga started 2020 nila something like that, then up to 2030 kinanglan makakuha na ta o maka-source out na ta og around 35% ana gikan gid sa solar. So dili na to matawag nga competition kay naman sa tay programa lugar sa ang gobyerno nga obligation nato nga para mo kuan ta to mo answer ta to ilang call nga kinahanglan utility mo source out ka by 2030 35%. So nagsugod na siya incremental 1%. Sunod by next year lugar kung pilay lang idugang nga cap nila tada to 2% until nga ma-reach gito nimong 35%.
This is mandated by the government? Naa sa balaod. Okay.
Tawag na to RPS, Renewable Portfolio Standard nga gi-set sa DOE.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Ramil. And again, once more to Mr. Dexon. So, in other developed countries, in fact, daghan kaayog mga first world countries, no, nga ang solar installation will automatically have net metering setups without the need to ask permission, no permits from their local distribution utilities. Well, do you see with what Sir Ramil said, nga mandated by the government, man di ay need, do you think this is going to happen in our own country very soon?
Well, that's actually something that we are looking forward to in case na mahitabo siya din sa Philippines, because that's something that gusto na to mahitabo. Just like what's happening in Australia, where they actually nagakuan sila na sila mga incentives sa tax in regards to the system that's being installed. And then as soon as you install the system, pwede na nimo siya diretso baligya. Wala na mga application, wala na tanan. That's why a lot of the accessories here in the Philippines are very siya kanang need nimo siya when you buy a system, because kailangan nimo i-limit ang imuhang production sa system while naga-apply pa ka sa net metering, whereas sa gawas dili siya common, because as soon as you install the system, bahala na asa mo ato ang energy, you can definitely sell it or use it all at the same time. So that's something na gina look forward ginamo here in the Philippines.
Yes, we're really looking, all of us are looking forward to a
Yes.
majority nga Pilipinas nga solar powered. No, we're going to save a lot. We're going to earn a lot as well via net metering, and we're going to save the environment as well. Daghang kayong salamat to our experts today for joining us this afternoon, Engineer Ramil, daghan kayong salamat. And of course, Mr. Dexon, so all the way from Davao City, daghan salamat sa atong mga
Thank you
active
very
youth nga
much.
mga Mindanaoans nga ga-advocate gyud sa paggamit sa solar generated electricity. Daghan salamat, sirs.
Thank you
Thank you
so
po.
much, Engineer Emil and Sir Dexon, no? And first segment pa lang to nato,
That's
Gray. Pero
true.
murag daghan na kay kog nasalo nga mga tips and tricks and especially processes when it comes to net metering.
That's right. Well, the next step usually ang pangutana, sige, number one, I'm very, very interested, labaw na sa mga negosyo, no? Interested kaayo ko nga mag-solar na gyud ko sa akong negosyo, labi na sa mga panimalay. But the next question is, kinsa may mag-fund ani? What if dili ko ka-afford? Right? Because we should face it, Val. Usahay kailangan gyud og extra help, extra push from the finance sector, don't you agree?
Because we cannot do it alone as a household, no? Bisan pagganahan ta, kinahanglan pagyapon ta og assistance. And I'm sure daghan kaayo karon nga mga negosyante nga nananaw, mayong hapon sa inyong tanan. And we're glad to know nga naay suporta gikan sa gobyerno ug sa finance sector aron makatabang sa atong mga komunidad diri sa Mindanao para mahimong solar ug para mahatagan og kuryente and energy ang atong mga panimalay. Now, to elaborate on these kinds of programs available, let me welcome one of our guests for this round of live discussions. Our guest hails from Butuan City. He obtained his AB Economics from the University of San Carlos in Cebu City. Fellow Cebuano de Nino, and MBA from Ateneo de Davao University. He has been with Land Bank of the Philippines since 1993 and has managed loan accounts from various industries, including those involved in hydropower and power distribution. He is now based in Cagayan de Oro Lending Center as Senior Management Associate and Account Officer, handling a significant portion of Land Bank's loan portfolio in CDO covering local government units, various corporations, and rural electric cooperatives. Let's please welcome to the virtual stage Mr. Ramil C. Lumayag. Maayong hapon, Sir Ramil.
Good afternoon. Thank you for that introduction. Good afternoon to all the participants of the
We're
Solar
very
Week
happy to have
Mindanao.
you here, sir.
Yeah,
And we have another guest with us. He's from a solar installation company. He is also the former Mindanao Power Chief of the National Power Corporation, or NAPOCOR. And during his time at NAPOCOR, he received several presidential awards for innovation, efficiency improvements, operations reliability, and financial savings. He chaired important working committees such as the crisis team during the power shortage in the 1990s. He was lead consultant to the Philippine Senate and congressional committees on energy in drafting the privatization bill and in passing the Electric Power Industry Reform Act. Post retirement, he worked with rural electric cooperatives and distribution utilities, organizing and initiating renewable energy power projects from wind, hydro, and solar. He is currently president of Green Energy Development Corporation in 2008, which owns Green Energy Solar Philippines. He also holds two engineering degrees, a Bachelor of Science in Electrical and another in Mechanical Engineering from the Cebu Institute of Technology. He received his master's degree in management from the Asian Institute of Management and another master's degree in strategic business and economics from the University of Asia and the Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, our well-decorated guest for today, Engineer Sarah L. Dongay. Maayong hapon, sir.
Mayong hapon, Engineer Dongay and Sir Ramil Lumayag. Yes. Right. Now, But kudos kayo sa land bank. No? When I found out that land bank is offering solar loans para sa mga businesses in Mindanao, I was like, basig siguro dapat na ko mag-set up, no? Og bank
Sign
account
na
sa
ni.
oo,
This is the
sign na
sign.
ni nga mag-set up og bank account sa land bank. Sir Ramil, no, would you know if other banks are on the same track? And siguro gusto na mo mabalaan unsa ang motivation sa land bank? Anong ga offer mo og mga solar loans?
Well, for one, this is a good initiative, no, of those in the power industry to make use or maximize the availability of renewable sources. So, as we all know, we have a problem with the climate change. So, there is it's a no-brainer to pursue this kind of development.
Neil, just to add to that, no, what has been, so far, what has been the most impactful solar project you worked on in Mindanao?
Well, I'm sad to say I haven't yet worked on a solar project, but on a hydropower project. But it's not in Mindanao. It's somewhere in Bicol. So, but I'm excited to start off with a solar project. I already discussed a project with one of the hospitals in Cagayan de Oro City. Unfortunately, the pandemic happened, and we have to postpone that. But I'm gonna go back to them again and discuss about it because I'm really excited to get some accounts regarding the use of solar power for their own use.
Thank you, Sir Ramil. Nakaligis gyud tinuod ang pandemic sa tanan nga mga negosyo, pero naka-open po siya og mga opportunities. Now, Sir Ramil, we understand that you also have a presentation about solar for or about energy sources
Yes.
and your loans sa land bank. So please go ahead, take the virtual stage, and then we'll call back Sir Ramil and Engineer Dongay later for a conversation. Take it away, Sir Ramil.
Thank you. But I have a problem. This is not. Uh, can you proceed to the next slide, please, just for me to check? Sorry, this is not the one I sent you.
Okay, sige. So our
We
tech
can,
team,
we can
our
get back to that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can get back to
yeah.
that.
Let's get back
Well,
to that.
allow me to ask a question here from Engineer Dongay. Engineer, thank you so much again for being here. Now, from a solar company's perspective, what has your experience been generally with the financing of solar projects? Daghan na ba kag nahibaw-an nga gi-finance sa atong finance sector, gitabangan, or what are your inputs about this?
Actually, dili kami mo finance, kami mo ay nangita og financing para sa mga project, no? So we have discussed with, of course, we had earlier discussions ni Ramil. Wala pa'y pandemic og kung nahitabo pa nga walay pandemic, no? Wala to mahitabo, dugay daghan na kay mig transaction unta sa land bank.
Tinood, yes, yes.
As of today, we have a lot of transactions with DBP, Development Bank of the Philippines. So ilang finance sa mga solar rooftop
Yeah.
projects karon miabot nag more than 3 megawatt ang na-supply sa whole Mindanao. We have also the solar powered irrigation system. Dako kay nigkatabang sa atong
Wow.
kalisod bitaw. So there is a need to prime the rural sector nga mabuhi sila
Farmers.
pinagi sa mga
Yes.
farmers para mabuhi sila pinagi sa farm nga matubigan. So that's why we have the solar powered irrigation system.
Daga naman kay mekanismo
I
o mga
know.
sistema in
The-
place, no?
Yes, at least karon tungod ani nga movement daghan na pod mga tao nga nahibaw-an ni tungod salamat kay sir kay nakakaron kay ako wala ay ko kabalo nga these projects are taking place and I'm
Yeah.
very interested with solar technology.
Exactly. And that's what's very important about shows like this, no? Very meaningful nga maka-increase po ta og awareness sa mga butang nga kakahitabo na di ay when it comes to solar. Before we proceed to the presentation sa Engineer Dongay, could you share with us special models which can make it easier para ang mga businesses kay makabayad og solar installations?
Okay.
Pasig na kay pwede ma-share, Engineer.
doon na tayo model nga gitawag og save and pay, no? So
Save and pay. Okay.
right after the installation of the solar system, si rooftop pananglitan, immediately na nay savings. Ha?
Okay.
Ma-reduce na ang withdrawal sa energy gikan sa utility.
Mhm.
Kani nga savings pwede gamito na to pag-fund sa investment. Mao na gitawag na to og save and pay, which we have developed at Green Energy, no? So pagkakaroon wa pa ko nahibaw-an sa uban nga mga solar producers about this scheme. But we are introducing this to a lot of big customers, and most of them are seriously considering this. Kaya wala na may cash out. Wala na sila cash out. Dili para ining traditional. Mo gasto ka, mo bayad kag down payment, pagka mag-install, bayad sa balance. Kani wala. No cash out. So, right after that, nalay average na mo nga terms of liquidating the investment under save and pay, 10 years lang. Unlike sa long term like PPE, Power Purchase Agreement, or lease to own agreement, 20 to 25 years. Taas kayo.
Mhm,
Taas
mhm,
kayo agwanta
mhm.
before ma-turnover ang facilities ngadto sa customer.
Yes, engineer, maayo kay nga programa imong na-introduce karon. Ug before lang ta mo proceed sa presentation ni Mr. Ramilo Mayag, engineer, kinsa man ang maka-avail anang programa nga imuhang giingon karon nga Save and Pay? Pwede ba ko nga small business owner? Pwede ba ko nga homemaker lang? O dagko ra ba ni nga mga corporation ang maka-avail?
Pagkakaroon tungod sa economy of scale that we need to adapt, no? Among gi-consider kato mga dagko sang load. Dagko sa like 100 to 200 kilowatt nga load. Mga hospitals nga like for example ongoing karon, na discussions with Polymedic, na with Cotabato Medical Center. Abi nimo pilay kilowatt nga ilang gikinahanglan, at least 1,000 kilowatt o 1 megawatt. Oh. So we are now in the process of negotiations. So napoy uban nga interesado, like Singapore-based company Gardenia,
Wow.
they are interested on the
Mhm.
save and pay.
After watching this, engineer, I'm sure mas daghan pag yun ang mahimong interesado ani
Hopefully,
inyong save and
hopefully.
pay programs. And now, Mr. Ramilo Mayag, please enlighten us with your presentation. We're very excited to know more about your programs too.
Thank you. Okay. As a short background, a while ago you saw the PowerPoint on the uh, another program for green energy or renewable energy program. But I decided to present what we call the Go Green Inclusive Financing for SMEs and LGUs program, because I believe this will cater more to the audience we have at present. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this program was is being offered by Land Bank because we have the National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Program as a national policy to reduce electricity consumption or from fossil fuels. So and to use renewable energy or high energy efficient appliances, equipments, and motors, as well as retrofitting or use of solar rooftop systems. So we believe there is a huge demand for accessible financing on these solutions. Next slide, please. So the objective of this program, the Go Green, is to capitalize on the viability on giving accessible financing package for efficient energy solutions for business or businesses, households, and government. And also to provide a financing program responsive to several requirements, and that is shorter processing time, at most 45 days lang, no collateral, only the object of financing, let's say the solar system that you're going to install on your building or in your house or your office, that will serve na as the collateral. And then, of course, to provide windfall to borrowers of up to 50% of electric bill savings. No? So only a portion on the energy cost savings shall cover the loan amortization. So therefore, any savings you have, dili tanan ibayad sa loan. A portion of that will go to you maybe as part na sa imong profit as a business. And then low equity lang at only 10% of the total project cost. So if your project is 500,000, you only need to put up 50,000. And then we have simplified requirements. Next slide, please. So who are the eligible borrowers? One, we have the local government units because they consume a lot of electricity for the air conditioning units and all. And then we also have enterprises registered as single proprietorship, partnership, corporation, or cooperatives. And then we also offer this to universities and colleges, as well as government-owned and controlled corporations. Virtually anyone who uses electricity that would stand to save if they will use solar panels. Next slide, please. So what are the eligible projects? Of course, non-fossil energy sources, no, for own use, power generation. So one is rooftop solar energy systems. I have included here the windmills, the turbine system, or hybrid energy generator as well, and then waste to energy conversion system or equipment. And then a part of the program is thermal insulation and heat exchange systems, for the roof or the wall, or light reflective coating for the buildings. Next slide. And then another is installation of energy efficient cooling systems as well. Industrial high efficiency motors, inverter type air conditioning systems, automation of high energy using equipment like escalators and blowers, energy efficient lighting system or rain collection or water recycling system for green buildings. But basically, any system or solutions that would reduce the use of electricity and make use of available renewable resources or new systems. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so the loan purpose is simple: acquisition, construction, installation of equipment, systems, appliances, building materials, structures that will result to efficient and cost-effective use of energy or electricity, and that will translate into significant reduction in electricity bills of the borrower. So the loanable amount, how much? 90% of the total project cost or requirement of the system. Meaning, as I mentioned earlier, 10% lang equity ni borrower. Credit facilities, sisa lang, term loan. Meaning, this will go beyond 1 year ang prepayment niya. Next slide, please. Interest rate at prevailing land bank lending rates at the time of availment, subject to quarterly repricing because the interest rate changes every day. Pero the moment na mag-loan na ka, the loan will be fixed for 90 days. The term is up to 15 years long, no? Based either on at least 50% of the projected monthly savings on energy cost or electric bills, subject to validation by an independent energy auditor, or the remaining economic useful life of finance project, whichever is shorter. So, next slide. So, penalty for loan default, 24% per annum or 2% 24% per annum. Other fees, natay mga application fee, natay appraisal fee. So, sa collateral, object of financing lang, no? Collateral nato, wala na dain. Pero ang insurance niya through Land Bank Insurance Brokerage Incorporated. Decentralize namo ang mga insurances namo so that ma-check po namo ang mga insurance companies kung lig-on ilang balance sheets para in kaso natay claim, sigurado ta mabayaran. Of course, isa po is maintenance of a land bank deposit account with an ADB or average daily balance of at least equivalent to 2 monthly amortizations. So kung let's say yung monthly amortization is naaka sa 10,000, mag-maintain lang ka 10,000 per month, mag-maintain ka mga 20,000. And then assignment of contractors all risk insurance in favor of land bank where applicable. Unsa ning contractors all risk? Mao ni ang insurance kuhaon nato to cover the installation period. Kay kung may mga accidents din na may tabo, at least covered ta sa insurance. Okay. And then other loan provisions, the proposed in the resolution, i-evaluate ni siya sa usa ka third-party independent energy auditor. So, renewable energy or energy expert auditor must have the following qualifications. Accredited siya sa DOE or an energy savings company accredited by DOE. Then, with at least 3 years experience on either of the following: energy audit, or monitoring, reporting, and validation in energy solutions. And then nasa experience sa consultancy service regarding energy solutions or having actual installation construction of energy solutions. I believe daghan na ni sila na nasa accredited by DOE. Next slide, please. So sa itong mga documentary requirements para maka-loan. Naalantay one-pager nga loan application form. Tapos, registration papers lang, mga yan ang taog years permit, DTI, kung sole proprietorship, kung partnership or corporation, mga yun sa Securities and Exchange Commission na registration papers. Tapos mga yun, punta sa project details, no, kung unsa na sila. And then, tanawin po na to ang financial projections or tabangan naman mo pagbuhat sa financial projections. So, pilay cost savings po sa projection. Kini siya, makuha ni siya sa supplier. Ang supplier, maka-come up ni sila of computation to convince the customer na this is a worthwhile investment ang ilang kina-offer. And then, tanawin po na to ang mga iputag copy sa contracts, no, or sa agreement like EPC contract, engineering procurement. No. And then, tanawin po na to ang monthly cost savings computation as an integral part of the cost savings performance guarantee. Now, mga yuta sa supplier of cost savings performance guarantee po. So, pero sa karon man god ang mga solar panels na to, mga reliable man po na sila. Naapa na sila yung mga suppliers, mahatag pa na sila warranties. So, I guess ma-cover ni. And then, gitan-aw po na to ang mga risk insurances. Siyempre, ang earthquake or fire insurance for the project para in kaso og simba ko na may tabo, katong proceed sa insurance mo, tay pangbayad na lang sa loan. And then of course, valid certificates, permits, or licenses or clearances from concerned government agencies. Next slide, please. And then another is mga yupon taog audited nga BIR stamp financial statements, no, for the last 3 years for existing businesses or kung past June 30 na, mga yota o latest nga interim financial statement. Now, for government entities like LGUs or state colleges and universities or GOCCs, mag-require tag monetary board opinion sa borrowing. Pero dali rin siya kwaon. And then, tanawin po na itong electric billing statement for the last 3 months para ma-compare na ito kung nabagay savings ma-derive, no, out sa project. Then collateral documents related to the finance project. Example, ang title, kung asa ang location o tax declaration, including sa location of the building, vicinity map, to make sure nga project mabutang kung asa gid siya dapat ibutang. And then, of course, there may be other documents as may be required by land bank, but rest assured na ang kanang mga documents din na sila numerous. So, kay pati kami gadali pud mi nga ma-approve dayon ang mga proposals kay there we have a number of proposals already to the point na we have to work overtime to finish things up. But we're excited na makafinance na og solar panel o solar projects. That's why we can rest assured na mapadali ang inyong application. Next slide, please. Now, let me share with you our finance projects entire Philippines for solar, kining mga solar installations. So, sa karon, because of the interruption po sa pandemic, naalang tay total approved amount na 48.96 million. Total number of borrowers, tulo lang. Then total power output in kilowatts, 495 kilowatts lang. So, as you can see, we need more clients for Go Green na mga program. So, we hope na ay mag-apply sa amo for this. Okay, next slide please. Okay. This one, ako lang ipakita sa inyo ang other na mo nga program sa Renewable Energy Lending Program. Kani sila, mao ni sila ang mga power generators gyud nga dagko. So, gawas sa among Go Green nga solar intended for small businesses and households, naapod tay para sa mga independent power producers. So makita ninyo nga nami financing diri dapita. So total approved amount namo nanata sa 20.17 billion. So total number of borrowers nami 56. 18 ana solar power. Total power output 741 megawatts. So makita ninyo na sa power generation ubay-ubay na sa among na-assist. But for us dili pa ni enough, we need more. Next slide please. Okay. Let me share with you for the Go Green project. Let me share with you actual case in Cagayan de Oro. Office ni siya with residents. Na siya 8 kilowatt solar panels. Gitaod niya in 2019 and then in 2020 nagpataod siya 10 kilowatts na battery storage. So what happened? So monthly power bill niya before the solar project, pagbayad siya 22,000 per month. And then after sa installation sa iyang solar power system together with the 10 kilowatt na battery storage, ni-drop siya to 2,000 per month na lang iyang pa-electric bill. So na siya monthly savings na 20,000 per month. Ang total project cost niya including ang iyang battery storage, power wall, nigasto siya 750,000. So kung kompleto na to with the savings, na siya payback period na 37.6 months lang. So that's a substantial savings. Tapos ang warranty nga gihatag sa iya sa supplier sa power wall is 5 years. Pero ang lifespan sa power wall is 8 to 10 years. Whereas ang lifespan sa iyang solar cells, sa iyang PVs, is 25 years. But he can recover it in just a little over 3 years. Imagine the benefits of the project na iyang na-install. I talked with the owner and he's really happy. No? He's very happy na nag-invest siya sa solar. Next slide, please. So, since natay mga participants all over Mindanao, if you are interested to apply for the Grow Green program, just visit this project, these offices. So we have lending centers all over Mindanao. So for those who are in Agusan del Sur, you just visit Agusan del Sur Lending Center. Ang Bukidnon, you just visit the Bukidnon Lending Center. For Bukidnon, kami ang nag-cover, kami to ang nag-cover sa Manolo Fortich, Libuna, Talakag, Baungon. Ang Cagayan de Oro ang nag-cover ni Ana. Kaya ang iyang business orbit more siya sa Cagayan de Oro. So, the following slides will show you the name and addresses of the lending centers. Yan, nata sa Davao Lending Center, naidis sa Davao del Norte, Davao del Sur, ang General Santos Lending Center. Next slide, please. Yan, napunta sa Lanao. And then North Cotabato, South Cotabato, and then Sultan Kudarat. Next slide, please. Napot tayo Surigao del Sur Vending Center, Zamboanga City, Zamboanga del Norte, and Zamboanga del Sur. So we're all over the island. So wherever you are, kung asa ka nagpuyo, asa ka na imong office dapit, asa si decision maker, dito siya ma-apply og loan for sa Grow Green program nato. So that's my presentation. Thank you for the opportunity for to explain to you our program. It would be exciting if we can meet you, discuss with you your proposal, and looking forward for a successful project in this regard. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Mr. Rami Lumayag of Land Bank. It's great to know that Land Bank is very, very supportive of this renewable energy nga mga programs, right? And Mr. Engineer Donggayo is actually very, very attentive sa mga presentation kaganiha, Mr. Lumayag. So he actually has a question for you. Yes,
Sure.
Engineer.
Salamat kay Ramil sa imong presentation, no?
You're welcome,
Actually,
sir.
kanang presentation sa Land Bank, I got that about 3 years ago, before the pandemic.
Yes.
Na ko inibawa na guwapo ang inyong term. Kay una, it can reach up to 15 years. I think originally, murag 10 years nyo, monta to, then gi-increasean ninyo, no? It's good. So it would
Yes,
be
sir.
easier, it would be lighter, no? One time, when we had our customer in Valencia, I don't want to mention the name, no? We told them about making use of land bank. Kay gwapo ang mga terms. Then, paabot siya 1 month, 2 months, so may nahitabo. So, kasa na lang ako na. Kikasa niya. Now,
Sayang, sir.
Now, I'm really thinking of others. Okay lang to siya kay naikas, no? Dako man siyang iyang negosyo, tag-iyag mall. How about the others nga medyo gipit sa labi karon nga may aging pandemic, so it would be difficult to have a cash. So I will be applying Save and Pay. I will be approaching you right after this or maybe after election. You would expect us to be disturbing you for a lot of
No
plans
problem.
that we would like to be funded by Land Bank. Salamat
No
sa
problem, sir.
presentation, Mel. Thank you.
Thank you
Nindot
po,
kaayo
sir.
no kay karon pa lang gakakita nato ang mga partnerships
Yes.
nga pwede ma-explore.
And I'm sure it's going to grow exponentially after this show. Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully we're looking forward to that. Dako kaayo nga discussion ng solar financing no para sa mga bigger businesses. What about solar financing, sir and engineer, for homeowners and small medium enterprises? Do you think commercial loans for solar can be made available to them as well?
It can be, provided these conditions should be attained, no? Dili pwede nang tag 1 kilowatt lang. Ug mahimo kanang group of clusters of customers, maybe within the subdivision, or a group of houses that are adjacent to each other, mga dugdoo lang, usahon na siya pag-arrange with the bank. Because it can attain a bigger, economy of scale for land bank to be processing a bigger total amount compared to ginagmay lang.
Okay.
To take months to prepare.
Okay. Mo di ay.
Ah.
And usually sa mga homeowners kay tig 1 kilowatt ra usually day
Oo,
ilang ginakuha.
Kay gamay raman ang requirement.
Oh.
So what if, sir, no, and Mr. Emil, you can also insert an answer as well if you're interested. What if tibuok barangay? Do you see that's a good project? Kung clusters,
Well,
one
why
entire barangay, di ba?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Even
that's-
entire
that's-
subdivision, no? Daghang kay potential, Mel. Daghang kay
Yes.
potential kahit mo bitaw sa nagkamahal na karon ang kuryente gikan sa grid. Sus moabot ng 13 pesos sa una. 5 years ago na mas mga 8 pesos. 7
Yes.
pesos, something like that.
Yeah, Sir Emil, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, gusto lang ko i-address kang Sir Donggay, no, na sir, focus ta sa sir, dagko kay need sa mga hospitals, LGUs,
Yes,
Then,
yes, yes. We'll do that.
yeah. Even ang mga
Yeah,
schools, sir, dako kaya na sila need for that.
yeah, yeah,
I
Gabalik na po
wish
ng
na makasulta
face-to-face.
yan.
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Gabalik na face-to-face karon. I'm sure ang load ng ilang kinahanglan will also increase in the coming months, right? And I have a
Yeah.
question for Sir Ramil, no? Do you think we see the loans offered for solar loans? Do we see someday in the near future nga ma-offer pud ni the same way that car loans or home loans are offered to people? Do you see that possibility someday, sir?
Yes, in fact, I wish we would arrive on that point, no? Now, ma-approve siya as though a car loan, no? Ako lamang ano din na is on a psychological aspect. Well, cars are status symbol. the the solar systems are not, but the only way na maka-encourage kita is to emphasize on the savings. Medyo ang uban is
Yes.
hesitant, no? Hesitant sila, but once we can show them good case studies na dako ang savings like the one I showed you sa presentation, I think that would result to that na pag magpa-approve mi og mga solar nga mga projects ngayon na then we can liken it to a car loan na.
And I'm so excited for that to happen in the near future. Unta ugma dayo, no?
Lagi.
Pero everything's a work in progress. Thank you so much, Sir Ramil and Engineer Dongay. Daghan kayong mig natun-an nga promising today. Thank you for sharing your views and expertise. Daghang salamat, Engineer Sir Ramil.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
the opportunity.
Salamat. Thank you, thank you.
We indeed learned a lot from both of you and from solar financing during this discussion. And I was actually able, Val, to talk to another financing institution yesterday who also offers loans on sustainability projects. Let's watch this interview with Philippine National Bank. Gala, once again, this is Grayan Mendoza Araya for Solar Week 2022. Now, for the past few days, we've spoken about unsa gyud ka-importante nga magtinabangay ang government sector and the private sector. So, here actually, mga higala, we have very, very special guests from PNB, and allow me to introduce them. Miss Marjorie P. Ballesteros, the AVP Head of Cagayan de Oro Business Center, Philippine National Bank, with Miss Juliet Gay Giliena, Relationship Manager of Cagayan de Oro Business Center, Philippine National Bank. Maayong hapon sa inyong duha, ma'am.
Maayong hapon, yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today because we're very, very excited to know how supportive is PNB ba, ma'am, about programs revolving around sustainability.
Actually, let me thank you also for inviting us here, especially since we think that this Solar Week is complementary to the thrust of PNB in promoting sustainability. So we'd like to impart to you and to our audience here that PNB is cognizant of promoting sustainability, taking care of the environment, taking care of the people, and not just all about profits. So, in fact, PNB has supported a lot of projects which are into renewable energy, which are also into protection of the environment. So, we have those. So, we deem it proper also to make ourselves participative in this Solar Week so that we can also share with you how serious PNB is in this sustainability trusts. So,
that's great to know, Miss Marjorie Ballesteros, because little by little, especially in Mindanao, we're finally seeing some progress when it comes to sustainability because we're a little behind on these things. So I'm glad to know that PNB is actually very, very supportive. And
Yes.
I believe you have a video message for our viewers out there to explain more about your vision.
actually, that is basically what we'd like to share, a short video. But that's well, as far just for the information of our audience, PNB has already embarked on some roundtable discussions revolving sustainability. We have invited some of our clients who are into projects, who have already embarked in projects which are into environment and that sort of green buildings, basically.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, parang it's like we would like siguro another set of audience, not just the clients of existing clients of PNB, but also for the prospective ones.
Now, before we watch the video, for those interested parties watching right now, how are they going to approach PNB and ask about these projects of yours supporting sustainability?
Okay. Well, as far as PNB is concerned, no, we are into sustainability financing. For those clients who would like to embark in renewable energy or even cost savings, that sort of thing. So all they have to do, of course, is just to present to us the projects, no, and we will evaluate, no.
Okay.
Our unit basically, Joy, no, is one of the relationship managers we have for Cagayan de Oro Business Center. So the clients would just have to come over to us and present to us their project. So we are more into commercial loans. The clients that we have would basically be the businesses or the commercial establishments who would like to have this energy or
Yes.
cost saving measure. So yeah, they just have to present their plans,
Yes.
and then we will evaluate the savings that they will have, how much they will be requiring.
So basically, ma'am, all they need is to really show interest about these renewable energy sources, projects like these, and present them to you for approval, of course.
They have to be, there has to be the project itself,
Yes.
the feasibility study per se. Like, because PNB would have to evaluate who are the proponents, basically.
Yes.
No? Okay. And how would it benefit their company? Basically, how would the project pay for itself?
Correct. Well, you have to be. I'm sure that prospects or prospective clients right now would be very much interested. So, is there a way for them to reach out to you through email, Facebook, in case they would like to ask some questions?
Yeah, okay. Our office.
Our office in the second floor of PNB Limcat Cayo branch. So they can contact us, our head, Miss Marjorie, and me, myself, Joy. So they can go to our office at the second floor.
Okay.
Cagayan de Oro Business Center.
All right, sounds good, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to visit their branch at Cagayan de Oro City. And I believe, ma'am, you have something to show our viewers today.
Yes, just to share with you what PNB is all about in promoting sustainability, being cognizant of how we have to protect the environment. So we just want to emphasize that PNB is very much supportive of these goals. So, yeah.
All right. Miss,
Okay.
would you like to add anything before we play the video?
Okay, just like to inform also that for the households, they can also apply for those family home that have they want to put solar panels. So our consumer banking sector is also into the solar panels
That's
for
great.
the households.
Both commercial and consumer loans are available
Yes,
for
yes,
these
for-
projects, sustainability
Yes,
projects.
yes.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Marjorie Ballesteros and Miss Juliet Gay Giliena of PNB. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please watch this.
At Philippine National Bank, we are involved bankers for sustainability. Together with our clients, we work to take care of the three important pillars of sustainability: our people, our planet, our profit, to create positive social, environmental, and economic impact. In every sustainability initiative we do, we enjoin our clients to participate. For sustainability to succeed, we believe in engaging the stakeholders in every aspect of our business's ecosystem. We would like to share with you the different business initiatives that can help us drive sustainability efforts. It is good to support projects that help promote sustainable communities and a better life for everyone. Affordable basic infrastructure, access to essential services, affordable housing, food security, socio-economic advancement, and empowerment. Our business supports activities and initiatives that allow us to preserve our environment for the future generation. Renewable energy, energy efficiency, pollution prevention and control, environmentally sustainable management of living natural resources and land use, terrestrial and aquatic biodiversity conservation, clean transportation, climate change adaptation, eco-efficient and or circular economy adapted products, sustainable water and wastewater management, green buildings. As we carry out our sustainability efforts, we continue to support and comply with existing policies to ensure that we observe the rules. In fulfilling sustainability requirements, it is important to assess the risks with the help of checklists on environmental, social, and governance risks. To help you learn more about the environmental, social, and governance requirements, your PNB Relationship Manager will be reaching out to you. PNB commits to partner with you, our valued clients, to drive sustainability by identifying and managing your own environmental and social risks and impacts, adopting good industry standards and practices, contributing positively to the environment and society. We look forward to working with you towards a better and more sustainable future. Masasandalan mo ang PNB para sa isang magandang bukas. Marami pong salamat.
It is indeed so heartwarming to know no, that so many financial institutions are supporting sustainable projects and solar for that matter. We are truly thankful for the opportunity presented to the Mindanao Go Solar movement, which rallies all Mindanaoans to move towards a clean energy transition in the region through solar. Kaya natong tanan magtinabangay for a cleaner, brighter future. Is that right, Gray?
I agree, Val. So thank you so much, Val, for being with me here today. And I learned a lot from you, actually. Mga behind-the-scenes talks na mo. Daghan ko natutunan from Val about sustainability efforts and a better Philippines in the future.
Amo-amo ra to, pero hopefully ato tong i-share no soon. It has been my pleasure to be here to help promote solar in Mindanao. If you need anything from the Association of Young Environmental Journalists or AYEJ, bye for now. Talk to us. I will watch the episode tomorrow. Ingat, Gray. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Val. And yes, please watch us tomorrow because tomorrow is the last day of Solar Week 2022. So, karon, it's time to give out some prizes once more. Actually, daghan na tagsuki ani nga segment no. Daghan nagaatang nga makatubag sa mga trivia questions for the day. The same mechanics na ako'y i-flash nga questions and the first one to answer correctly sa iyaha padulong ang prize. And we're going to be mailing your prizes anywhere you are in Mindanao. So please send us a message in our Facebook page. So if you're ready, let's go with the first question. Trivia question number 1. The function of a solar collector is to convert blank to blank. A. Solar energy into electricity. B. Solar energy radiation. C. Solar energy thermal energy. And D. Solar energy mechanical energy. Do we have any answers? We've got... Ooh, I think we're having quite some... Okay, there. We have Ruby Caberte who says letter A. The correct answer is... solar energy and thermal energy. Oh, I don't think anybody got it right this time, but don't worry, we have another question. Question number 2 is: photosynthesis is the process in which inorganic compounds are reduced to organic compounds using what energy? A. Heat energy. B. Light energy. C. Chemical energy. And D. Electrical energy. The answer is... Rosanna Lim says letter A. Ruby Caberte says B. Manisa Dabalos says A. Love Gemo says B. Marie Grace Hagape says B. The correct answer is B, light energy. Somebody got it right. Again, the first person who answered it correctly, Ruby Caberte, congratulations for winning trivia question number 2. Send us a message para sa imohang address. Daghang salamat. Now, question number 3 is: a solar water heater cannot be used to get hot water on A. Hot day, B. Sunny day, C. Windy day, or D. Cloudy day. Answers, please. We've got the first one here. Manisa Dabala says C. Love says D. Marie says C. And Ruby Caberte says D. The correct... Oh, Rosanna Lim says D. Okay. The correct answer is... letter D. Congratulations to our winners today. And you know what? Tomorrow is the last day of Solar Week 2022. So please don't miss out. Feel Good Friday will be all about climate and sustainability. Follow the Solar Week 2022 movement on social media and get information on why solar is good for you, for your cities and municipalities, for the planet, and for our pockets. Check out Mindanao Go Solar on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can also, once more, get a chance to win prizes tomorrow. Feel Good Friday coming up in a few hours, ladies and gentlemen. See you all tomorrow.